The champions of afternoon radio.
Fires away.
DJ Anna and Ultra Simmo are on the Glam Jam.
Yeah, people, we are back. Ultra Simmo and DJ Anna. Glam Jam. LIT102.3 FM giving you more of what you love.
And it's still Joke Tuesdays, but it's also a very special day. We're celebrating International Women's Day. And we told you guys we were going to be touching base with some of the most empowering women in our culture, in our society, in our music industry.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the distinct pleasure and, of course,
the delight. The special delight.
Of having the one and only Destra Garcia's on the Glam Jam, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
How
Simmo.
Yes, Destra.
You good?
I am excellent. I am so good because today we are celebrating the woman. I love
Right,
it.
good. So now I can say hello to my sister, Anna. Happy International Women's Day to you.
Thank you so much. And same back right at you. I'm so happy to have you here. And you know what? It's a special day. It's a
Of
very
course.
special day.
So now that's true. I mean, we talking the things, we just getting into it, and of course we celebrating the women, and it's all about empowering the ladies, breaking the biases that exist all across the spectrum, from the time that little girls are born to the time to the end. Listen, they face all different types of biases. So we're trying to break some of those, change the culture in society, in the woman and in the men. So let us know now, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
Well, I mean, in the obvious sense, it would be the celebration of women. All women, all races, colors, classes, hardworking, not hardworking, mothers, doctors, lawyers, entertainers, or all types of jobs and stuff, different ethnicities, culture. So women of the world, the planet, right? So every woman today needs to feel proud of their achievements. If you feel like you haven't made a difference, today is that day to look back and reflect and say, nah man, I ain't doing enough. And also to feel proud of the work that you've already done. Today's a day of inspiration. Today's a day that women can look at other women and say, wow, I applaud you for the work that you've done. We don't take enough time to say that we appreciate you, but we appreciate you. Or to tell another woman, hey, thanks for being there for me. Today's that day where we applaud and lift up all women.
I like that, and I appreciate that. And this year's theme, of course, for International Women's Day is hashtag break the bias. So what does this mean to you, Destra? Break the bias.
Well, the bias. We live in a male-dominated world. And by that I mean in every genre of employment, probably except for being nurses, right? Because, you have a majority female there.
Yeah.
But most other jobs are male-dominated. And the biases do exist. You see in a lot of cases, when you have a physician, if it's a man, there's a little bit more trust. I see that all the time. Teachers, if you're up for a job, for principal, most times, if it's a man up for the job, and it's like, I don't know, maybe. Entertainment. How many females do we have that dominate?
Very few.
Year to year. You'll hear a million songs from men, and females, just a few. So when we talk about breaking the bias, we're talking about leveling the playing ground in whatever form or fashion. Whether it be as a woman, you work harder. Whether it be as a man, you observe that bias today and say, it's true. When it comes to making decisions, I really have a little bit of a bias towards a fellow man like myself. Or even as a female, it's true. I usually trust a man more than a female. So today is that day to reflect.
I like that. I appreciate that. And that's, from my perspective, of course, as a male, looking at Women's Day, looking at the things that women go through, we all constantly learning, right? And as you say, it's all about reflecting and looking at situations. We all constantly learning, and even from growing up as a little boy to who I am now, my biases would have changed because my eyes would have been open to certain things that I wasn't probably exposed to, and the way that we were grown is different now. So I want you to speak to not just the men but the boys. I want you to speak to the males, and especially the young ones listening to us, and give them a word, give them something with regards to Women's Day, and to it's about unlearning behaviors sometimes. So give them something now, or give us something, I should say.
All right. Well, what I can say is that boys, you need to remember that the most important female to you at this point is your mother. And when you grow up and become men, your wives also become mothers. And your daughters will be mothers someday. So the same respect that you would have for your mother, and I'm hoping that this is a man I'm talking to that has respect for his mother, right? You need to exercise that same level of respect to both other women like your wife, your daughter, your sister-in-law, your sister, mainly because motherhood is something that, you know, is an ongoing process. This is what I saw recently on a research that was made. They said that they officially rank a menstrual cramp to a minor heart attack.
Yeah, like a heart attack.
Yeah, like a heart attack. So someone said, you know what? Ladies, you all are heroes. You walk around for days having a heart attack in your stomach.
A monthly heart attack. A monthly heart attack.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you think about that, the ordeal that women have to go through, not just that, but childhood also, you know, and then on top of that, being a mother or a woman that takes care of the household, meanwhile trying to work at the same time, trying to multitask, it's not easy. So appreciate us a little bit more now. And that is for the boys out there. Appreciate us a little bit more. Your mummies, your aunties, your sisters, your cousins who are females. You know?
And
appreciate us.
even women that they'll eventually date.
Yeah. The girls in your classroom.
Okay. Now, what I would say is I feel as though this is important with regards to touching base, and I would say to the guys out there also too, and even to the women, let's speak to each other. You know, let's speak to each other. It doesn't always have to be a, you know, I tackling you, you tackling me, this thing, and trying to get together and all these things. I think what is important to break biases is having deeper conversations, like how we're having a deeper conversation here. So women, is important for you to let the guys know what's on our mind, but it's also important for us as guys not to wait to be educated by a woman, but
The information is out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. So you have to educate yourself too, you know? And
Correct.
it's important. I'm really happy that we got the opportunity to touch base with you today, Destra. I know it was very brief, but it is important for us because many a time, as you said when you began, we don't really show and see as much as we should the appreciation to individuals like you who really set the bar so high, and you've done some amazing things over the years to break barriers for women. So we just want to say on behalf of the Glam Jam and LIT102.3 FM, thank you, really, thank you for your contribution to our culture, to music, to the music industry, because you have done things that women and girls would have never expected to be able to do in our local and international industry. So thank you.
And I'm sure even 10-year-old you probably wouldn't have expected that you would have done the
Wow.
things that you've done, right?
Yes. So
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Simmo. And, you know, talking about 10-year-old me, that is when I made the decision that I wanted to be an entertainer, that I wanted to be in this world of men and dominate like a man. I embrace my femininity, yeah? But I know when it comes to work and work ethic, I have to think like a man.
It's true. It's the hardships that you have to face every day in a male-dominated industry.
Yeah, and I say we give you your props. I mean, I look at you as a leader in your field. We're not, you know, it's not about calling other names and whatever it is.
But the crazy thing about it is, and one thing I just want to mention before we wrap up, I just want to say to you, you are one of the greatest of all time. You're not one of the greatest women. You're not one of the greatest women in our industry and in our world. You're one of the greatest of all time, and that needs to be said.
Yes.
You see, that's what Anna just said there. That means more to me than even gold, because at the start of anyone's career, you don't want to be the best female. You don't want to be the best red woman. You want to be the best of them all, you know? So I appreciate that.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thanks for spending the time with us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Destra, bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Destra.
All right, Dolly, I'm going. The queen of Baccarat. Let me go quick before she says something bad. I'm
All right, later. Simple as that, people. Yes, so that's our girl Destra joining us here on the Glam Jam weekends on the afternoon. Big up to Destra. Happy International Women's Day to all women. Interesting that she said there, you know, Anna. Is about reflecting on other women's achievements, bigging them up.
Yeah.
Big-
Ladies have to pick up the other ladies.
Right, and find inspiration sometimes, right? So see inspiration. Don't always look at other women as competition. You know, sometimes women tend to get dragged into that, looking at each other as competition.
Yeah, and society and the world does that to us sometimes, you know? But
So-
we don't need to do that. We're
Ja-
breaking barriers.
Breaking barriers, right? Lit 102.3 FM, Ultra Simmo and DJ Anna. We taking a short pause. We coming back with more of your favorite songs, favorite vibes, Stale Joke Tuesdays, and a whole lot more. It's International Women's Day.
Lit 102.3.